morning, welcome to Stride by Stride. I'm Martin.
I'm Josh.
And today we are going on a lovely trail run with our supervan guest, Andre.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And Martin. It's the start of season 2.
I know, you've been so excited.
Very excited.
I know, let's get it on the road.
Let's go for it.
So, before we actually set sail, or get running, we're not on water.
No, not unless it's changed and you haven't told me.
It's flooded. It's not the winter run yet.
No.
We are going to talk to Andre today. We've also got an interview with Kinisi Hub, which is a running air centre down in South Bristol.
Very good. We have a great time now.
Yep. What else are we doing?
We're going to have a little catch up with Simon Dent.
Yeah, after his Australia challenge.
Yep. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, that was good. And we're going to do an overseas run with a difference.
We are.
Yep.
For all you Lego fans out there. No spoilers.
Whoa. Okay. So let's get started. Andre, welcome to the show. Where are you taking us today? It's your route.
I never run this route before.
Ooh, brilliant.
So what have I planned out? We're going to go down a bit of a drumway, and then into Britain, up to the church by a week, and then come back that way to here.
Excellent. Sounds great. We love a bit of trail. Let's get ourselves on the road. We'll just let these cyclists go through. Morning.
Excellent.
Right,
let's get started.
That was a good noise, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay. So, Andre, thanks for coming on the show with us.
Yes.
We've tried to do this a couple of times before, haven't we? And it hasn't happened.
No, it's
for
been
one reason or another. But
you're here now.
We'll get some great footage today. How's your running going at the moment, mate?
Struggling getting back into running at this moment.
What have you? Is this on the back of? You did a challenge earlier in the summer, didn't you?
Yes,
you were on the Brave Souls that took on Race to the Stones on probably what was one of the hottest days of the summer.
Yes.
Take us through your day.
Tell us what happened.
Yeah, it was 35 degrees, hottest day I think of the year, and it all went well. And then just after 37 kilometers at the aid station there, before we got to 42 kilometers from water station, already ran out of water.
All right.
And I started feeling dizzy, headache, and I started feeling sick.
Oh no.
Yeah, so unfortunately I made the decision to finish just there and not finish the race.
That must have been quite a hard decision, because I know you did a lot of training and you do love your running. But I mean, it's not happened to me, but I know Martin has made similar decisions. But at the time, obviously it was a really hot day. How did you sort of feel? What can you tell us?
Basically, I was heartbroken, mate. I cried like a baby.
Really?
Yeah, on the way back in the car, Matt took me down there.
Yep.
He was screwing for me, and he tried to sympathize with me, but it was just every now and then I would just break out in tears, mate, on my way back. And
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it was really hard for me, because it was my first DNF.
Okay.
And I just felt like I failed myself.
Yep.
I'm probably one of the first persons when somebody said, "Wait, DNF," I said, "Don't worry.
Yeah.
You're not the first person."
Or the last.
Or the last. But as soon as that happens to you, you see it from a total different point of view. That little words you're saying to somebody doesn't
matter.
Doesn't comfort you. I mean, doesn't help you.
Yeah.
I say, at this moment I'm still struggling really to come in terms with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, it's not really something that's happened to me. Well, I've spoken to Martin about it, and he tells me similar emotions, but it can make you stronger.
Yeah, I mean, I think I kind of totally get where you're coming from, Andre, and the fact that actually, you know, when you have that first DNF, it comes off the back of so much hard work.
Yeah.
You know, all those dreams and aspirations, all those kind of visions that you had of completing that amazing challenge. And you're absolutely right. The things that people say to you, you know in your rational head that they're absolutely right, don't you?
Yes.
You know, you did the right thing.
Yeah, very hot day.
Yeah. It was hot. Yeah, it was way beyond your control.
Yeah.
You know, it was nothing to do with you, essentially, was it?
No.
And that's that's almost harder because it.
Yeah.
I mean, how did that feel? Because it wasn't down to your fitness or anything like that.
It was hard, but I knew I made the right decision because so many people did end up in the hospital that day.
Yeah,
But yeah,
understandably.
but still it was like I was really heartbroken because it was a race I wanted to run for a while,
Yeah.
and all the training, all the hard work was put into it, and then yeah, unfortunately I had to make that decision.
Yes, very tough.
Yeah.
And and how's it sort of now, because that was in July?
Yes.
So a
you
couple
said,
of months down the line now.
Yeah.
Aren't we?
how you sort of feeling? You said you're still sort of struggling. Is it with your body or mental or a combination of the two?
No, mental, just mentally at this moment. The body is okay. It's just to get back into it, to get your mind going. So it's almost like you ask you, why do I do this?
Yeah,
Almost, almost like, why do I want to do this if something's going to happen, you know what I mean?
yeah,
But I know it's totally rubbish
Yeah.
because I've done so many training blocks before. I think I was very lucky, so many good training blocks and races, and yeah, when something like this happened,
yeah. And do you feel, is it a bit easier because you have lots of running friends to support you, or does that make no difference at the moment?
no, naturally that makes a difference. Going out with you guys so for a run, the social runs, it's quite nice at this moment. So at this moment, it's just like short distances. I got nothing in the nothing with diary. I haven't decided on anything really yet. There might be something in the making.
Okay.
Um,
I know you.
But yeah, there's going to be loads of. It's not a race.
No.
It's a challenge. But yeah, just have to get past the logistics and planning of that.
Yeah, you know, this kind of really does follow the pattern of my first DNF. Is that, you know, once you get past that initial disappointment and the anguish that causes you, however that presents to you, it's your experience, isn't it? You know, at the end of the day, not everyone is going to react to that in the same way.
Yep.
And it's got to be personal to you, as well as the way in which you move on from it. And you know, but that kind of idea of not having anything in the diary, just sitting on it for a bit, kind of reassessing what you want to achieve, and then moving into a domain where you do a challenge rather than a race, was something that really helped me. Because actually I thought, do you know what, by doing a challenge, it's flexible, so I can move it a little bit, and also there's no pressure of speed. You know, you don't get that even unwanted kind of adrenaline rush where you think, oh, race has started, I better, gun's gone off, I better go quick.
Yeah.
Which is absolute nonsense, but it happens to all of us, doesn't it?
Yes, it does, yeah.
But yeah, so when's that one going to materialise? When are we going to hear something about that challenge then, Andre?
Hopefully sooner than later.
Right.
The plan is we're looking at May.
Okay, all right.
One of the bank holidays in May.
Yep. Fine, yeah. Because that's the other thing, isn't it? It's about having the time free to be able to do it, isn't it?
Yes,
so,
yeah. I think it just works out nicely if it's a bank holiday, a day extra to rest, to recover.
Yeah.
Well, Andre, that's really nice that you share that with us. We talk a lot about all these amazing races we do and medals. To actually hear from somebody where things didn't go to plan and how you're sort of trying to bounce back, I think is really interesting and will make you stronger. Would you like to take us to maybe another point in your life where things were much better with you running?
Oh yeah, we can.
Grand achievements.
I would say,
You've done a lot of running,
yeah.
and you've done a lot of sort of, I think, very impressive races.
Yeah, I would say, there's a couple of stands out for me.
Go for it.
Winter Greenman, that comes as well. When I talk about the Winter Greenman, well, first of all, I have to talk about the Desway Ultra. It's like 52 miles. I was training for that. Oh man, I was in peak condition. I felt like on top of a world. I started the race and it was just not my day in the office that day. Just like I finished the race, but everything what can go wrong went wrong. Yeah, I still finished, and then after that I signed up for the wall because I thought I needed to do something to redeem that race.
Yep. How far was that?
The wall is 70 miles, but in the boat after the wall, I done the Winter Greenman. Oh, that was a perfect day that for me running. Everything went good. Probably one of my best runs. But
It's been around about the first time we kind of met then.
no, we met a couple of months later.
So what was that? 23 was it? 2023.
Yeah, I think it was 23.
So I mean, only a couple of years ago, and I suppose you've had some injury, obviously on the back of that.
Yeah.
And have you kind of sort of looked back to those sort of training blocks to try and kind of really figure out sort of the next step in terms of finding your peak condition, or do you think it requires a different approach now, because that was a couple of years ago, you know?
Yeah, I would say, although we talked about the Winter Greenman, the wall a couple of months later, a couple of months after that was the Summer Greenman.
Yeah.
And then breaking to Carter.
Yeah.
I followed all the same training plans for them. It was all good.
Yeah.
But yeah, with the Race with Stones training plan was a little bit different because I had unfortunately 3 injuries during the training block. But we still got some 50k training running, me and Josh, just for fun. Yeah, so
Doing a 50k just for fun?
Yeah, just bash out a 50k fun run.
yeah.
Even now I'm thinking, really?
Yeah, you were embodying the spirit of Barclay there, weren't you?
Yeah.
Doing a fun run.
So I do think my training block when I got to work now and then I just change it a little bit.
Right.
But probably one thing that can help, maybe bringing some strength training.
Yep.
Is something what us as runners, we talk a lot about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't do it, do we?
Yeah, big mouth, no trousers, that's what it is. I mean, literally no trousers.
We have talked about it, but again,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what I've started doing now is when I finish my run, I do some kettlebells for 5 minutes, and I'll do a couple of exercises on kettlebells, do some squats, and then do something like some clamshells or something like that.
Oh yeah.
And then it's something that I do between my run and between my shower, you know, that sort of period of time, because I thought it's just opportune, isn't it, you know?
Yeah.
Just trying to kind of use those moments that you've got rather than having to try and carve out time. And I think the main problem is that people often try, they have to kind of sacrifice running time for strength work.
yeah, I agree with that.
I think people feel a bit uneasy about that, don't they?
Yeah.
Hang on. Yeah. So what's that going to look like, your strength work then, Andre?
I already started making a plan.
Yeah.
There's some weights in it.
Yep.
Your squats, bridges. Ooh.
Careful with the step.
Yeah. Bridges, knee raises.
We'll walk this, shall we?
Yeah, so I've got a plan there, all written down.
Yep.
Start with 1 set, and then we'll go up to 2 sets, 3 sets,
Yeah.
up to 4 sets.
That's really good, mate. I know as we get a little bit older, because we're still very young.
Oh yeah, no, we are. Yeah.
chickens.
Spring chicken.
Yeah, we need to look after ourselves.
Yeah.
Carry on running.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, certainly what I was talking to Lucy, my wife, the other day about this, and she was saying that she was listening to another podcast. There are others where they talked about how VO2 max is a good indicator for frailty in old age.
Okay.
Or something along those lines. But so basically, the higher VO2 max, the more likely you are to kind of have stronger everything. But the flip of that is that whilst we might be cardiovascularly strong going into old age, we do need to do some stuff around balance and strength to stop at the risk of falls.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello, mate.
Sorry, we just met a horse.
Horse with looks like he has blue shoes on.
Yeah, I quite like them. Yeah. Fancy blue shoes. Yes. I was going to say it's a bit like an Elvis horse. He's got his blue suede shoes on.
Well, you're a bit older than us. I don't really remember.
Cultured, mate.
I thought you were oldest.
So, I think probably what we'll do at this stage is that we'll slot in an interview that we did recently with Jamie from Kinisi Hub, based in South Bristol. It's a running hub rather than a running shop. Let's hear from Jamie. Okay, we're here with Jamie from Kinisi Hub today. Thank you very much for having us in your facility today, because it's more than just a sports shop. Can you tell us what it is that you do here?
Yeah, well, thank you for having me on the podcast, first of all. It's nice to be involved.
You're welcome.
The work you're doing is great. So the running shop we have here is we call it a hub for a reason, because it's meant to be a place that people can come. It's a run hub. Just anything they'd like to know about running, get involved, whatever it is, hopefully we've got the answer. Of course, with it being a running shop as well, we do sell the shoes, the gear, everything you need.
Nice.
Do quite an in-depth gait analysis as well with people to really narrow in on the best types of shoes that they need. Little bit of a different setup that we have, which we'll take you through in a second.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Bristol's newest running shop. We're independent and we're getting as involved in the local community as we can at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long has the shop been open?
So it's coming up on time recording. It's coming up on a year. It was the 5th of August that we opened.
Okay.
So pretty much a year now.
Yeah.
It was a little bit of a slow start up till Christmas, but then New Year time, things really kicked on, and we've been very happy where things are at. We're growing. The awareness is building. People are finding us. They're getting a lot of family and friends recommending people to come here. So we're very happy where things are at, and it's progressing in the right direction.
Yeah, that's really important, isn't it? Just to get the reputation and sort of get the word out there.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, we've been. It's really nice hearing when family and friends send people our way, because it means we must be doing something right.
Yeah.
And a lot of the people we're getting coming are off the back of referrals and recommendations. Same with Google reviews. People have been really generous with them too. I think as of this morning, we actually just hit 200 5-star reviews on Google,
great.
which
really
we're very
good.
happy with, and that's helping too, because a lot of people have said they've come in because they've looked at the reviews on Google, and we've been ranking at the top.
Yeah, and you said it's hub, and of course you've got your gait analysis thing. You said it was quite unique, and last time we met, we spoke about that a little bit, because it is different. You've got a running track here, and often when you go to a sports shop, you'll get on a treadmill, won't you?
Yeah.
So it'd be really handy, first of all, to talk about where the idea came from to have a track rather than a treadmill.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I've been involved in running my whole life. And I actually used to live in Europe. I lived in Germany, and I came across a few different concepts over there, so I can't take full credit for the running track idea. I did pick that up from
All the best
shop.
ideas come
There
from
is
other
no
people.
original thought, remember
Exactly.
that.
So yeah, I mean, the idea did come from there. But the thinking behind starting the running shop was, I was running at a fairly high level, had to stop with injury, so I started working. And I was working in the industry, variety of jobs across retail, events, coaching, different things. And I really wanted to do something myself, but I couldn't just open another running shop because the UK's got enough of those. So I thought it does need to be a little bit different.
Yeah.
And that's where the gait analysis idea came in, that it's outdated. It's not changed for years and years. I mean, go back 20, 25 years, it was still that traditional treadmill gait analysis. But a lot of people don't find treadmills very comfortable or natural to run on. So that's why we've put down a track. It's actually Mondo running track. It's the leftover surface from the World Indoors in Glasgow.
Wow. Okay.
That is really cool.
So they had about 25 metres of offcuts, and when I messaged the company, they were like, it's just sat in a warehouse. They needed to get rid of it. We needed some track, so it actually worked out very, very well.
That is really great, isn't it?
It's like you've got a piece of history on your your shop floor.
And that's the kind of stuff you need, though, when you're opening up, aren't
Yeah.
you? You know, a little bit of free stuff.
Oh, it wasn't free. We were doing each other a favour. Like, they needed rid of it, we needed some track, so
Yeah.
it worked out very well.
It's bonus, isn't it? And
It
of course, like you say, you know, you've got a flat running surface that kind of goes beyond like that normal kind of rubbery, bouncy.
Yeah.
Treadmills are weird, aren't they?
Yeah, the ones I've been on are normally quite old and a bit sort of knackered, really.
Yeah, they make a
And
lot of noise.
Make a lot of noise, and usually it's just a very young sort of employee just taking a few photographs of your feet.
Yeah.
And I never really know if it's
Where the
Yeah.
experience has come from. So
Yeah.
I suppose obviously you've got the kit and all that sort of stuff, and you know, learning about how to use that kit. What sort of process did you go through for that to kind of, you know, obviously you had your experience that you had as a runner, which would have helped, but building on that, how did you develop?
Yeah, I mean, I had experience from personal running experience, but then also working in other running shops with the treadmill gait analysis, that traditional gait analysis setup. But to be honest, we use pressure pads rather than filming. And what the pressure pads do is they record people's feet as they move over them, and then we get heat map images on a computer screen.
okay.
It's very visual and accurate, but it's really intuitive to read as well. Not open to interpretation like it is when you do it filming.
Yeah.
So it's very easy to read. The customers see it as well. They can understand it. Hopefully gain a bit more confidence in what we're saying. So in terms of training, like I've had a bit of training, but you don't need extensive training to use the kit, to be perfectly honest. It's lines that we follow on people's feet, and it shows us where they're rolling in and the direction they're moving, and that's what really guides us towards the best types of trainers for them.
Interesting, you come in here and you haven't got much stock on show.
No.
And you've
No.
done that on purpose, haven't you?
Yeah.
Because what you're trying to do is you're trying to move people beyond the recommended shoe, because we've all had that conversation, haven't we? And we've seen it on social media. Anyone know a good shoe for running a half marathon in? It's like, well, this is what works for me, but why don't you go and have a gait analysis and sort it out? So it discourages people from just coming in and picking up a shoe, doesn't it, I guess?
That's exactly it. I mean, we get so many people come in the door and they're like, I need shoes. Where are the shoes? Because we intentionally don't have a shoe wall. We have a few shoes on display in the window, but that's intentional just so that we can really do an analysis, talk to the person as well, get a real feel for them as a runner or a walker, whatever it is. And then from that, recommend the best shoes, because we've got a big stock holding. We've got 12 brands, a lot of the big brands. So it's very much about finding what works best for them, though, rather than that recommendation from Facebook or whatever it was.
Let's get Josh set up
course.
on the system. So
So what we usually do with customers is we start them off with just a bit of a chat. So we start off with a 5-minute talk or however long it takes, basically just to find out a bit more about them, what running they've done, what they want to do moving forward, maybe any injury history. So it's always just a little bit of an overview, helps us develop a little bit of a picture of where they're coming from.
Okay. What do you want to know? An open book.
Yeah. I mean, maybe you got anything coming up? You mentioned an ultra earlier.
Yeah, I've got an ultra coming up. I've already got some trail shoes, sort of intermediates. So, you know, they're Innovate. They're quite comfy, but yeah, sometimes they're not. But yeah, I'll probably just wear those. And I've been running for about 4.5 years.
Yep.
From a non-runner all the way up to ultra.
Yep.
So, yeah, I'll be interested to see what the track says I am.
Yeah, of course. And I mean, how many times a week do you try and get out, sort of on average?
At the moment, I'm quite lazy, so probably 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah.
But when I'm training, sort of five days a week.
Nice. Yeah, and that's a mix of longer runs, shorter
Yeah,
runs.
yeah. I generally do my longer runs on either a Saturday or a Sunday,
Yeah.
and I try to run with friends. But yeah, obviously a lead at club as well and stuff. So yeah, it's at the moment I'm probably doing about 15, 20 miles a week.
Yeah.
Sort of just ticking over. But when I'm training, yeah, good 40 miles a week.
Yeah. And no injuries or anything, all good at the moment?
No injuries at the moment. I mean, I did have a bit of a problem with my calf a couple of years ago, but I think that was just down to shoes that weren't quite right for me. So I don't like touch wood.
Yeah.
I haven't really been injured.
That's what you want.
I'm quite pretty fit for a man of my age. So yeah, pretty happy.
Nice. And have you ever had any sort of gait analysis done before?
I have, yeah, I have had it done, but I sort of came away feeling a bit sort of, you know, was that really accurate?
Yeah.
Because the machine I was on, it was really, really creaky. I mean, it was practically on its last legs.
Right.
And no disrespect to where I went, but she was a very young girl, and she sort of said, "Yeah, you're neutral." She took some photographs of me running, and said, "I recommend you have these." And I just sort of felt a bit sort of, I don't know if I believe you, but then I didn't really have any basis not to believe that.
No. I mean, that's where we are trying to come at things a little bit differently. We intentionally give people at least half an hour. If it's quiet in the shop, then we often go over that. Sometimes people spend an hour, even longer with us.
Right.
It always starts with this chat, just to get to know you better, build up that bit of a picture. Also, hopefully generate a little bit of trust. Just that it's a little bit more personal.
Good. So we get a history, and
we can type that onto their profile as well. So we could type how many times a week they're running, what they're training for, whatever it is.
Awesome.
Save that, and then we can go on to the analysis. So we always start off with a barefoot analysis, or in your socks. So if you just take your shoes off.
And that's done static, so you don't run over.
It's both.
Oh, is it? Okay,
Yeah.
right, okay.
Right, so we're going to start with a static recording. So this pressure pad here, all you got to do is stand on the pad and face that wall there. Okay.
So yeah, just obviously for the
face,
listeners, we have to actually explain what that is.
If you face that way.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. So, Josh, describe what you're
so
actually stood
I'm
on
sort
right
of stood on a grey tile in my socks, looking at the wall, where there's a load of hats. And
that's more detail than I was expecting, but that's fine. Yeah.
Okay, that's the static recording done. So if you just come back to about here, the end of the track.
Right.
All you need to do now is walk down the track over the pressure pad, and you turn around and come back.
All right.
And it's just up and down a few times. We'll get an average of how your feet roll through.
Nice.
So this always puts people on the spot.
It
Because we
does.
say to them, walk as naturally as you can, and then you start overthinking
And then you start thinking about how you're walking. You're thinking about your form again now.
Yeah, I am. I feel like maybe I should do some drills. But yeah, I'm actually just walking.
We always try and talk to the person walking up and down a bit to distract them a bit.
Yeah.
Rather than,
we try and do that, yeah.
Yeah. I'll try not to fall
What
over.
are you having for tea tonight, Josh?
I'm not actually going to eat tea tonight because I'm leading at club, so I probably won't have tea.
You're doing sprint session tonight, aren't you?
Yeah, I like that
fun.
session.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is very nice, listeners.
Okay, that's probably enough walking. So we always start people off with walking because it just eases them into things rather than having to come straight into the shop and start running.
Yep.
But 9 times out of 10, somebody's walking gait is actually very similar to their running gait.
Okay.
So we get a lot of really good information out of the walking anyway.
Okay.
So once we've done that, then we always take a look at the initial results. So have a look at that static recording and then the walking.
Okay.
So with the static recording, the most important thing we're looking for is balance. So we're looking what the pressure distribution's like between the two sides.
Right.
So ideally you don't want excessively more force through the left or right foot. Looking at yours, there is a little bit of difference.
There's a big difference.
So we can see a percentage breakdown
You're
between
leaving a bit
left
on
foot
your
and
right
right.
hand side there, mate.
Quite a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
So we say to people, you want to be about 50-50. Within sort of 5% is okay because there's normal to have a bit of differential one way, normally towards the more dominant side. But you're about 65-35, so there's a little bit of difference there.
Yeah, there's...
What are those sort of imbalances often caused by? Could they be caused by tightness, muscle tightness, that sort of stuff? Or,
Can be, but when it's that much,
Right.
it can be something more, like maybe one leg slightly longer than the other. Sometimes somebody might be carrying an injury and they're favouring one leg over the other.
So compensating a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But when we've just had that chat at the start and you've not got any injury concerns, nothing like that. I mean, I always tell people when we see things like this, if they've not got any injury problems, not to be overly concerned by it because it's not having any impact.
It's not caused you any problems.
No,
that's
exactly.
No.
Yeah.
Which is really important. It's a very important public kind of message that you're sending there, because you could get people come in here and they could suddenly start getting really worried about some of the findings, but then putting it in the context of the fact that everything's been going all right. It's just a consequential finding, isn't it? So, and that's really important to remind people of that.
Of course, because I mean, this is what's natural and comfortable for your body, and it's possible that that's just how you've been standing your whole life. And your body's used to that, used to having that much pressure on the right side.
Yeah, well, not in my running shoes, but in my normal shoes, my right hand side on the heel always
wears off
wears,
first.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that makes sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, we send results to people as well. We send this as a PDF. So we always say, like, if they have had an injury or they've got an injury or anything happens in the future, like to take this to their physio and then they can show them the results, especially if there's an imbalance, because it might just be a case of having to strengthen up that left side of it. A little bit of single leg exercise stuff.
I would say though, when I've said to you before, haven't I, in the ultras, round about 30 miles, then that leg,
Was it your left leg?
starts to hurt. But you would think it would be the right, wouldn't you?
Well, the right one's taking more pressure, but that might mean it's the stronger leg.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's probably why.
that's why.
So on this picture here also shows sort of green areas, blue areas, yellow areas, and red areas. What do those mean?
So it's a heat map of the feet, so we can see where the pressures are. Where there's more of a red, orange, yellow colour, there's more pressure. Green and blue's less.
Yeah.
And with Josh's feet, we can see the pressures in the places we want to.
Yeah.
You can see them in the heels and the forefeet, which are like your anchor points. They keep you
Yeah.
nice and stable when you're stood upright. So
You don't
that's
you
all
don't
we
want it
did.
in your arch essentially.
Well, not really, because that might mean that you're a bit collapsed in that area.
Right, okay.
So where we're seeing pressures is where we want to see them for you.
Yeah.
Positively, your balance between the front of your feet and rear of your feet is much closer to 50-50. It's
Yeah.
about 53-47, so that's what we want to see.
Yeah.
So it means you stand up quite nice and straight.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's
you-
good and bad, isn't there?
You're not leaning.
No, exactly, yeah.
No.
Good.
So that's how we always just start off, kind of just ease people into things with a static recording, get an idea of the balance. But the more important analysis for us is the walking one, because that's the real gait analysis part,
Okay.
and what really helps us narrow in on the best types of trainers for people.
Yeah.
So again, we've got 2 feet on the screen, the right foot and the left foot displayed as a heat map image, so with the colours again displaying where the pressures are. But what we've also got is a white line running down the foot. It's called the centre of pressure line. So that's this line here.
Okay.
And it shows us the direction that the person's foot is rolling through. So you can see it starts down here on the heel, that's where you land.
Yeah.
Then you roll down your foot, and then as you get towards the forefoot, you start rolling in, and then you end by the big toe, which is where you're pushing off from.
Okay.
You want to be pushing off from that big toe area, because if you think about your toes, your big ones are much more powerful.
Yeah.
You get a lot more push-off force out of those toes than you will the smaller ones. So we all push off from that part of our feet, but the big toes are on the inside of your foot, so we need to see how you get to them. You're going to have to roll in to get there.
Yeah.
So everybody does that. That's called pronation. One of those words that gets used all the time in running, but a lot of people don't actually know what it means.
Yeah.
Obviously, listeners can't see this, but on the screen here, it's very visual and easy to be able to show what pronation is. It's literally this bit of inward roll here when the white line starts rolling in towards the big toe.
Yeah.
But it's going through the centre of the big toe, isn't it? So would that be classed as kind of like an appropriate level of pronation as opposed to overpronating?
So overpronating would be more where the white line starts cutting in.
Right, okay.
So you
it'd
can
be
see he's
further
rolling
a
in
bit
from his
or-
forefoot here, and that's a very neutral gait.
Yeah.
If the white line starts cutting in from like your midfoot or even your rear foot, then that's overpronation.
So you get a longer curve, as
That's
it were.
it.
Okay.
I mean, the other nice thing with this is we can show people examples. So we can have their feet on the left side of the screen, and then on the right we can show them what bad overpronation looks like. So it's like this. If you look at that white line, they're landing on their heel
and
then rolling straight in, so they're kind of collapsing inwards,
Yeah.
and would need a lot of support in their shoes. Whereas Josh, you're rolling very nicely down the centre of your foot and then not in until the forefoot.
Yeah.
And that's where we want to see you start rolling inwards, is on that forefoot.
Thank God for that.
So we can show you as well what the ideal gait looks like.
Just doing it more on the right hand side.
Yeah. Heavier on the right. This is great. What's next?
Well, once we've always done that, gone through the results from the barefoot analysis, then it's about trying on shoes. So
Brilliant.
Always go
Get them all out.
shoes. Yeah.
Oh, Josh loves to shoe.
Yeah. Brighter the better. I'm a size 8.5. Out you go.
Which is great, isn't it? You know that you've then got the shoes to be able to try and
exactly,
have a go in them and do that. You know, because you might not be ready, but at least you know what you're going for then, haven't you? You know, which is that you're in here, and I've had a go, know what my gait's like. These are the shoes I'm going to get. I don't get paid till next week. I'll come back next week. people need to find you.
Yes.
Let's tell people where you are. I think that's really important. Yeah.
So we're in Bedminster. We're in an old tobacco factory. It's called Factory Number 1. So we're by the big Asda. There's free parking there for 2.5 hours, which is always really good for people, especially if they're travelling to us. But South Bristol, we're on a street called East Street. So bit of a developing area in Bedminster, but it's getting a lot nicer now. Really accessible though. Like I said, there's that parking at Asda. We're only about a mile from Temple Meads, well connected by the bus network. Yes, that's where we are. We're under a covered walkway. If you come, then you've got to go under the arches.
And with this, do they have to book in advance?
So we like to give people at least half an hour of our time.
Yep.
So we do have half-hour slots. On the weekends, definitely advised to book because it can get quite busy, and we do quite often have to stick to those half-hour slots.
Yeah.
Just because a lot more people want to come buy shoes on the weekend because they got more time. So we always encourage people, if they can come during the week, then they could have a little bit more time. We can give them a bit more attention. It's not rushed, but it doesn't have to be as rushed as it would be on a Saturday.
Yeah.
We got 2 lanes though, so we can do 2 gate analysis at the same time.
Okay.
So also if people want to come as like a couple or whatever it is, they can book at the same time, both be done at the same time, and don't have to wait for one to finish.
Family outing.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Bring the kids. Good. And you're on Instagram as well, so
on
people
Instagram,
can follow you on Instagram. So it's Kinisi Hub, isn't it? Or is it
Run Hub.
Run Hub. It's on Run Hub. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. You can find Jamie's shop there on Instagram as well.
Yeah.
Fantastic talking to you about this and having a go. And again, it is really taking running and shoe shopping to a new level, isn't it? You know, which is being totally assured and confident in the thing that you're going to be spending a lot of time in.
That's it. Yeah.
Shoes are absolute king, aren't they?
They are king,
You've got to get the right one. But thank you for talking to us.
Yes,
No,
brilliant.
thank you for having me on, and of course we always do club discount and everything for club runners, so Emerson Green and all the other clubs. But thank you for having me on the podcast. It's been really good.
Brilliant.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was really interesting. I really enjoyed when we went down there and met Jamie. The whole thing about doing your gait analysis in the floor, I think it's really interesting.
Yeah, rather than a treadmill.
Yeah, like Martin, he just got us walking.
Yeah.
We didn't have to run.
No.
So yeah, really interesting. So please check out Jamie. Get yourselves down there. Book online if you want your gait analysis done, and say hello to Jamie.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're local, you'll see him at lots of running events. They're pretty much everywhere at the moment, which is good for them.
They're nearly as big as us.
I don't know about that.
I got a pair of shoes there probably a year ago or so.
Okay.
Yeah, very good.
Did you have your gait done there as well?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah?
Yes, it's very good there. It's lovely running family.
Yeah.
It is good. It was very friendly. I just found it really interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot of knowledge there as well, and I think that is one of the things that makes a really big difference. Shoes. We get onto shoes. Always comes back to shoes eventually. So, Andre, have you got a shoe of choice at the moment that you're favouring, leaning towards?
On the road, Asics GT 2000. Okay. It's a stability shoe, and I need a stability shoe.
Okay, yep.
And then on trail, it's a bit today. I'm an Orca Speed Coach 5.
Yep.
Was passed by sell by date.
Yeah. The 5th one, it was better than the 6th one. I'm wearing the 6th one.
The 6th, what were you thinking?
I know.
The 5, but 6, not my boat.
I know. I think what we need to do is we actually need to reach out to them. So what we might do is we might actually say to our listeners, if you are a speed goat wearer and you've gone into 6 and you're disappointed, let us know, and we can petition Hoka for a redesign much closer to the 5th edition.
Yeah.
The 7 must be coming out soon.
You would have thought, wouldn't you? And
we'll be happy to try them, Hoka.
Yep, absolutely, yeah. Just
you are listening, I'm a size 8.
well, no, remember Hoka's slightly small, mate. So you've got to go half the size up in Hoka.
8.5.
Yeah, 12.5 for me, please, and for our listeners. I think we're being cheeky now, mate.
This is the only time you're allowed to be cheeky.
Yeah.
As Delboy says, you've got to be in it to win it.
Yes, it does. I don't know, mate. You're older than me. I don't know that one. So, Andre, when your running start for you, what was your first step into the running world? What ignited the passion?
I was 15. My dad was a runner, a very good runner back in South Africa. He ran for the county champion in his age groups and stuff. And he was doing the Comrades, was the biggest road ultra in the world. At this moment, it's like 20,000 people doing it every year. And when you do your 10th Comrades, you get a green number. And you have to be 18 to do it. And as it works out, when my dad was doing his 10th, I will be 18 and I can do my first one.
Okay.
So
that's how it all started.
Yeah, so as a 15-year-old I decided that's what I would like to do.
And that race is massive. I've heard
you
talk about it even to this day.
And then I started training. I went to do a couple of weeks of training. I went to do my first 21 kilometers. But at the cut-off time of 2 hours to get your medal, and unfortunately 2 hours and 3 seconds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so.
You got the medal?
Yeah, no, mate. They are.
Oh, I mean,
they are very strict, mate.
Pedantry,
they are very, very strict. So that was okay. I continued running.
Do you want me to send them an email?
When at 16, our club, like all clubs do, races and at a marathon. But before I do it, because everybody have to work on the day to help the marathon be a success, we went out for a run. And so at 16, I done my first marathon.
Wow, that is great.
Amazing.
And then a year later, at 17, what was illegal, I done my first ultra, 52 kilometers.
Wow, mate. Oh dear.
Oh, nice. And then a year later, that was a legal one, because you have to qualify to do the Comrades. And the club secretary have to sign off and everything. I done at 18 my first 89 kilometers, 90 kilometers, so 56, 57 miles.
Yeah.
And unfortunately after that, I thought, I don't know what happened. I think I just thought, I've done it now. I left school then, I done that while I was at school. So when I stopped running.
Right.
And then, remember what your time was for that first marathon you did?
First marathon was just over 4 hours.
Wow, mate.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Do you know what? It's like funny thing about marathon times. Hang on, we probably might.
We missed a turning.
Oh, yeah.
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 This is the joys.
Let's go back. It was a magic mystery tour. So. That's as I was saying about marathon, is that you get used to these super fast times where people have got a 2 in their number, like 2 hours, whatever. And what you actually forget is A, that the average time is just over 4 hours.
Yeah.
And B, that you're in such a minority that have done a marathon in the first place. So actually that's quite incredible that you were able to achieve that. Maybe it was that gate that we were at a bit further down.
Yeah, I think we were supposed to go straight over.
Fine. That does go to the bottom of by the church that way. So interestingly, I don't know whether you've noticed this, Josh, but this is the route that we took on our first podcast, but in reverse.
I really don't. I'm sorry.
Seriously, this is our first podcast route that we did, but the other way around.
Well, it's obviously meant to be then.
Yeah. It's like everything comes full circle. With running in South Africa, I'm guessing that the conditions can be quite severe at times. So what are the sort of conditions that you kind of experience running in South Africa? Ooh. Give us a bit of an insight to South African trail and road running.
Okay, you talk about a long time ago. Trail, I don't know. Trail has only become popular in South Africa in the last couple of years and so on.
Yeah.
So you're like a trailblazer.
But it's all good. It's good organised.
Yeah.
But you start early in the morning because of the heat.
Yep.
And the water pours us like every 3 kilometres.
Oh wow! So
Water.
everywhere.
Yeah, water, Coke, and these days all the other stuff as well.
Yep.
I suppose the conditions of the beach South Africa are very dry.
Yeah, where I come from, South Africa, yeah, quite dry and hot.
Is there a bit of terrain?
Yeah, there's places, certain time of year, I've been getting loads of floods.
We're following this, are we? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, it's just like one of those fields that you run into and you're thinking, where the heck are we going?
Yeah, so really, and then I had done and run for, I think it was 18 years.
Right, okay. That's
then-
a break.
Yeah, I always,
What made you come back then?
funny enough, because my wife Trish, she started to run, she was training for Wessenberg, 10 kilometre, and I started feeling a little bit, I was jealous or something. I thought, I want to start running. But
Right, you had FOMO.
yeah, I think so, yeah. But at that moment, I was doing 12 hours a day shifts, and so that's what always taught me, there's no time. All of a sudden there was time. And then 8 weeks later when I started training, I done the Dew Valley.
Oh, excellent. Right, okay. So we're running in a thunderstorm today. So perhaps maybe we'll stay away from the trees a little bit.
Yeah.
We're just running back up the field with run back down. This is classic Andre.
I think
And something I also like to do. It sort of brings in the mystery of the run.
Yeah.
it's keeping you guessing.
What you're probably trying this is we probably actually will just go back out the gate. We came in.
I'm wondering whether it might be the next field along that off the track.
I think you're right, Martin.
Let's try that. So obviously you came back after an 18-year gap.
Yeah.
Because a bit of FOMO, great motivator, we know that. And we're just looking for a way through at the moment.
No.
No. And you started doing 10Ks.
Yeah,
and you probably found your favourite race, didn't you, at this point? So do
definitely.
you want to tell us about that?
It's with Dew Valley 10K.
It's a good race.
Oh, it's perfect, mate. Well organised. It's my favourite race.
And why do
Definitely.
you love it so much? For people who probably don't know about it.
It's the support from the locals, and it's just well organised, and it's just a nice race in the countryside.
And also the medal is quite special every year, isn't it?
Yeah, the medal and the t-shirts. It's designed by the local school children.
Yeah, that's quite an honour, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Would you say it's
for a
quite
community.
a flat, quick course?
No.
Anything but, isn't it?
Yeah, no. The first bit is quite nice, and it's just like one what you can really call it you.
Don't want it selling out.
Yeah, definitely a race what you suppose I would say put in your bucket list.
Yeah.
For a 10K. Yeah, I've been 4 weeks after that. I done my first half marathon, the Frome half marathon.
Yep.
Yeah, and from there I was hooked on it.
Which is nice, isn't it? You know, when you get that kind of feeling that you've done something and you're like, right, okay, I cannot miss out on this now.
Yeah.
So you're really super motivated, and you're just enjoying that time out there. It becomes really important, doesn't it? Like, so how do you feel like when you're actually out on a, things are going well, your body's moving well, you're in a race that you really enjoy? What does it do for you in terms of your emotions and?
Oh, it makes me feel like I'm on top of a world.
Yeah, totally agree with that, Andre.
Yeah,
It's one of the best feelings.
yeah.
I know there's a lot of
It's like,
endorphins and stuff,
yeah,
but yeah.
the king of my own castle.
Yes, we're. One of the things that I've often thought about is that it's like all of the best things in life wrapped into one bundle.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Exactly.
All the best like emotions. There's something good afterwards as well.
Yes, yeah.
Even in the worst races, that where perhaps maybe it's not been that well organised, or the medal's not as good as you hope it would be, Josh.
Wooden medal.
You still end up in a position where you're like talking to fellow runners, your mates, whoever it might be, who then say to you, like, you start talking about the race, and it brings back some really lovely memories, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, no, definitely. But sometimes you can just sit there, you think about the race, and you will just have a smile on your face, or start laughing about the training run.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get this run in a hurry.
Well, I was just thinking, Josh, this is our first podcast that we've done in the rain. And I wonder whether we actually might be the first podcast in the world, running podcast, in a thunderstorm. Yeah, I think so. And I wonder whether that might we might have a claim now.
Yeah, claim to fame.
Yeah, which is brilliant. But of course, the problem is that because the ground has been so dry, it's really raining quite heavy, it's quite greasy.
Yeah.
So we're just taking it nice and easy.
Let me just hold.
Take it nice and easy, Andre. We don't want our guests to slide all the way down the hill.
It might get down.
It wouldn't look good. So I think probably at this stage, I think it will be really nice for us to catch up and listen to the interview that we did with Simon Dent. Simon Dent from Save Our Souls, at Ultra Entrepreneur on Instagram, if you want to follow him. Let's hear from Simon about his little adventure that he did down in Australia. Simon, it's great to catch up with you after your little bit of adventure down under. I think I'm underselling it when I call it an adventure there, aren't I? So,
yeah. Well,
how are you doing?
Well, firstly, good to see you both. I mean, doesn't time fly? It's kind of, a lot has happened. We probably spoke 2 months ago, maybe a bit more. We've actually been back 6 weeks. But no, lots to catch up on. Yes, where do we start? Where do we start? Well, I'm out of my boot.
Good.
That's a bit of a spoiler. So I'm out of my boot. I actually got my MRI results today, which is great, which shows that the bones have fused, and I'm allowed to be running again. I mean, I have been running again anyway, because I kind of guessed the bone had fused, but I'm in one piece. It was an adventure. I mean, for your listeners who may have heard me doing, I guess, the preview, I didn't make it to Sydney. I made it 482 kilometres in. So it was, I gave it a good crack. And actually, to be perfectly honest, I pretty much halfway. But on day 7, I was pretty confident and pretty aware that I had a broken bone. I managed to push through, get 20 miles into day 8, but it just got to the point where, I'm sure you've both broken bones before, where it's not just a feeling. Have you not?
No,
really? Wow.
Oh, that's it, yeah. Here it goes.
Okay. Well, you won't know, but there's a sort of, suddenly it becomes quite a physical feeling, quite a nauseous feeling, and you realise that the latest video you uploaded to your stories, you look a bit green. And at that point, I thought, okay, this probably should all come to an end. I made peace with that pretty quickly. It wasn't a sort of, mentally I felt really strong. Strangely, I felt quite happy. Happy's probably the wrong word. I think I felt that my training had served me well. And as far as I'm aware, there's not much training that can prepare you for a stress fracture of your tibs.
Can you just tell me what it actually feels like, though? You know, when you do day 1 and you've done your 37 miles or your 60k, and then waking up the next morning and strapping on your trainers and then going out and doing another 60k, sort of over those sort of 5-6 days. What did that actually feel like? Was it enjoyable?
Yeah, it really was, because I think something I should highlight as well, for full transparency, is so I left the UK on the Tuesday and I was actually feeling really anxious. I'm not I used to be quite an anxious person, but I pretty much had a panic attack on the plane. I've never had a panic attack in my life. And on the stopover so I flew to Dubai, and then I had to get Dubai to Brisbane. Got on the plane and experienced something I'd never had before, which was claustrophobia on the plane, sweat, heart palpitations. And I think the building up of what the event had become was really starting to get to me. And so that was quite interesting and quite scary. So by the 5 a.m. on the Saturday morning, I was just so happy because I hadn't really been for a long run for quite a while because I've been tapering. So there was this whole period of like, I just want to go for a run and put a podcast on and just do what I do. And so when I sort of ran out of Brisbane with my backpack and my headphones, and I was like, oh, happy place. I'm here again. And so, sorry, long-winded answer. Saturday night, got to the end destination, and again, was excited to wake up again and run again, and just be in that place that you both know, and I'm sure your listeners know. It's just sort of just me against me. You know, even after day one, the bushes were moving. There were eyes and all sorts of creepy crawlies like things. I was like, this is quite intense and quite weird, but it was quite exciting. So, nice. I was pumped. I was waking up day 2. I was like, right, let's go again. With the distance, James, who was sort of running my crew, my vehicle, was doing a brilliant job. We had quite a nice system of him going sort of 15K ahead and waiting or driving around a bit, and then me meeting him.
You're now on that road to recovery, and obviously before we get on to thinking about what your next kind of vision is, what you're going to move on to, because we're going to ask that, is because we always say that, never again, oh, but I might do that. It's how much money did you raise? I mean,
it's great. So look, that's obviously close to £20,000. So it was.
That's great.
And look, we're really proud of it, and we are. I mean, that was, again, one of the frustrations, because what had actually happened was, and I thought this might happen, when the run actually started, people started leaning into donations more. So again, talking about motivation, we had obviously a sort of 24 hours, because obviously being on the other side of the world, I was running in Australia with Australians donating, and then the UK would wake up and I'd wake up to donations. So I was like, oh wow, this is exactly what we'd hope would happen. And and then one of the brands who had been brilliant was Athletic Greens, AG1, and they came on board as a sponsor quite late in the day, and I was introduced to their Australian operation, and they really got behind me, and they actually sponsored the shakeout run we did in Brisbane. But they were like, right, we're gonna really own the finish line. We organised with Channel 9 News, so suddenly the finish became this big thing, and we were like, okay, wow, we're going to get a lot of Australian news attention here, and AG1 are going to make it a big event. So obviously when I didn't get past day 8, I was like, that's the sort of the second half. We would have raised a lot more, I think, but listen, what can you do, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you carried on, it would have obviously become like completely untenable, and you might have done yourself like even more damage, as we know. But 20 grand's great,
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, and I think that's it. And I think it's not just the money raised. I think what we said all along, I mean, we've been banging the drum for a year. It's really shining a light on what the work the charity do. I think that's not as important, because obviously cash is king in these scenarios for charities, but actually, just making people aware of the work they do was really important.
Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? Because you set your sights on a goal, and particularly when you're running for a cause, there is that motivation, isn't there? And there's that sense of kind of almost duty, isn't it? And then if it can't be completed, that can play on your mind, I'm sure.
It is what it is, and obviously it won't be the last time that I do fundraising for Delalia Rugby work.
I often say it takes much more courage to actually, not finish a race than it does actually finish a race, particularly when there is something wrong, like genuinely wrong, like a fracture, but you
never know, do you? Because again, at the same time, I have these sort of mantras that we all have, don't we, when we're in races, and one of them is this sort of, when you think you're done, you're only 40% done. So that on day 7 was, because what happened was on day 6, I should just explain this, I started getting a pain on my left shin, and I naturally thought, I thought, this must be just a tight calf. So, I was on the go, and there's some videos on my Instagram of me with the massage gun on the back, and then even on the front, I was like with the gun thinking, I'll loosen that up, and then sort of, And then when we got back to the motel that night, there was actually a gym in that motel, and there was like a rolling, what do we call them? I don't call them the rolling things. So I've got, again, there's video of my Instagram of me rolling out my fractured shin. So I'm thinking it was just sort of, I don't know, something that was stuck. And then a mate was rubbing it, and I had a massage gun. It's obviously none of this doing it any good at all. And then I slept in a really tight compression sock. So when I then woke up on that day, what turned out to be the final day, I was in like, the pain was insane. I was like, but then still I was like, I can run this off. I'll run it off. This is just, I'm only really 40% done here, and you can't.
Yeah, I'll be okay. I can do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's peak ultra runner. That is, isn't it? Yeah. It's like, I'm going to roll out my fractured shin. That'll work, and I'll put a compression sock on.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
And and good quote of David Goggins there as well. What's the next challenge?
Oh goodness! Well, I mean, as I said, so I actually I've come back, and there was quite a lot. I needed quite a lot of, I wouldn't say decompression time, because I was always going to take 4 weeks off running, and actually, being in a boob and on crutches meant that I had to take 4 weeks off. It actually turned into 5, and so I think, as you guys know, I had a place in the Forest of Dean Ultra booked, which was the whole time has been booked for a while, and that was, I shouldn't admit it, but obviously pretty quickly after doing my leg, I was like, oh my god, can I do it? But I am definitely doing it with, I think it's 6 weeks tomorrow. Forest of Dean. 6 weeks tomorrow. Yeah. I'm back, baby. I'm there.
Yeah, it'll be great to see you there. Yeah, we're really looking forward to it. And so I did Brecon 51k a couple of weeks ago. 51k, I think, is just to get them back to base. I don't know whether they could have just got rid of that last 1k somehow.
Is that over Penny Fan as well? Does that take it?
Yeah, well, you ascend it 3 times essentially. Oh, wow. And then also the other big 2. And so like 9,000 meters, so I'm quite looking forward to the Forest of Dean.
Yeah, I mean, it's only
to be flat.
Yeah. It is, isn't it? And I think that's good, because I've actually, there's who have we got doing it? We've actually got a friend of mine who is a ex-Welsh international rugby player, who is his first ultra. Wow, and in fact, I think it's probably fair to say he's not done a marathon either. His name's Alex Cuthbert. He'll be joining us. So he'll be. I want to enjoy it. My sister's doing it. We've got a really nice gang. You guys are there. It should be the sort of, probably, I guess it's the weekend before the clocks change, isn't it? So we should all be running in light, I imagine. Yeah. We're running in light.
We can. Great to catch up with you, Simon, and looking forward to seeing you in a few weeks' time at the Forest of Dean.
Yeah, what are you doing? Are you getting down there? I suppose you don't need to go the night before, do you? Because you'll be local. So we'll be registering the morning of, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. It's like 18 minutes from my house.
Is it really?
Well, that's some driving, that is. Well.
But I'm actually staying at my wife's grand's, which is, I think, in Cheltenham. So we'll be about an hour away, I think. And then, let's all try and meet up a couple of hours before the start. And as I said, the Save Our Souls team, there's 7 of us running, maybe more. So we're going to try and stay together, but we will definitely be plodding. But we're going to set up a whole activation area and all that stuff. So, look forward to seeing you then.
So, it was great to catch up with Simon there. Overall, really enjoyed that. Andre, we sometimes talk about international races. Do we need to go up there?
I think so, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
The lights were on then, weren't they?
So we sometimes talk about international races, and obviously you've spoken about a couple of like really high level, very famous races today.
Yep.
And let's talk about the amazing achievement of a woman who recently broke the world record for running over Lego, 100 metre.
100 metre.
Wow.
She did it in 24.75 seconds. It's become a bit of an internet sensation in terms of, it's like gone viral, the video.
Yes.
She had a really good start, didn't she? Where she looked really, really confident.
Oh, she looked like she was running on flat ground to begin with.
Yeah, obviously towards the end, I think there was quite a bit of pain coming in.
I can only imagine. You know, I think we've probably all experienced. I think the gate's up here, mate. I think we've all experienced stepping on a piece of Lego.
Yeah. Just walking on it is bad enough.
A single piece. A single piece. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure that obviously Lego as a company are absolutely chuffed that this is a challenge, because it's really good advertising for them.
I think it should be rolled out across the world.
Yeah.
Every club up and down the land should be doing that.
Yeah, I mean,
Similar.
Yeah.
yeah, or something like 100 metres over hot coals.
Or coconut points.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
just maybe a little bit easier. Jelly babies.
Jelly, yeah. Oh, I reckon jelly babies are probably quite complicated, because with jelly babies you've got to, you know, they're squish around. It's an uneven surface that's a bit squidgy.
Yeah. Plus, you know, if you break the world record, then maybe you could eat the course.
Eat the course. Oh, that's a lot of jelly babies to get through, mate.
Well, these are just ideas. You know me, Martin.
Yeah. If you, as one of our listeners, has ever done an absolutely wild, quirky challenge like that,
Let us know.
let us know. We really want to hear from you.
Yeah.
So you can, we're on Instagram. If you follow us on Instagram, you can either see our email address on there, or you can direct message us on Instagram. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, we really want to hear more from you. So,
Andre, have you ever done a quirky race?
No, never can recall. Unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, do we class Sudbury Slog as a quirky race?
yeah, maybe. That's coming up soon, isn't it?
Yeah. It's quirky because it's quite contrived, isn't it? They put obstacles, you know, they reroute so that to make it as horrible as possible.
You are the only person I know who completed it that year. When I did it, just
Clean.
beautifully clean. I mean, did you float over the water? Have you got some kind of special powers you haven't told us?
Well, you know that last water jump?
Yeah.
I made sure I cleaned myself off in that.
I see.
So I actually jumped in with the intention of getting clean.
It worked, mate. I mean, I wasn't really sure if he actually did the race.
Yeah, well, I think the further up the field you are, generally the cleaner you are.
Yeah,
And I did race that one.
you did.
The second time I didn't race it. I took it easy, and kind of tried to enjoy it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Can't say whether I did enjoy it, but I like it. It's a race. It's a fun
Yeah, me
race.
too.
And it runs on.
Look at that.
Remember, that is one dark sky that Josh is just looking at there. Yeah, so it runs on Remembrance Sunday, doesn't it?
Yes.
Every year.
Are we in the right place?
I think it's this one.
And it's a 10-ish mile course.
Yeah, it's great fun.
Um,
If you like to get muddy, go for it. Good medal, good
Yep.
cause. Chip and Sudbury,
yeah, it starts at Chippenham Sudbury School.
which is not very far from us.
Talking about races,
Yes, mate.
what is your guys' favourite race?
Go on then, Josh, you can start.
Favourite race?
We had this conversation amongst ourselves recently. I can't remember what you said now, can you?
No, I can't. I'm going to say the Hogweed Trot
Okay.
in Yates.
What did you love about that race so much?
I love it because it's fairly flat. There's a small incline on a hill, and the support from our running club and the rest of the running clubs who do it, Bitton and Westbury West, I think. The support
Bristol
is
Westbury, yeah.
Bristol West.
Yep.
The support is absolutely brilliant.
Yep.
We always get a nice pop afterwards
Yep.
from
Danny.
Danny, who's part of our running club. I think, yeah, it's something you can take easy, or if you want to go for it, like with all races, go for it. It's
Yeah.
good support.
Yeah, it was my PB for a while. Hogweed Trot for 10k. For me, Andre, I'd say it's a toss-up between Giant's Head and the Buckham Ultra. Why? Because they're both brutal. And I've got to say, with the Giant's Head, I can't say I've laughed as much as I ever have doing that race.
Okay.
Just across the whole weekend. I did the Bell race as well,
Okay.
and I thought that was hilarious. And I just, yes, I was deaf at the end of it because of the bell clanging around and everyone else's cowbell clanging around as you descend. But it was just the whole thing, it's like, it's a humorous event, and it's like, we probably class it as quirky, I guess.
Yeah, it's
But I just thought, I'd probably say Giant's Head because I can't remember laughing so hard across a couple of days of running, really. So
I've done the Giant's Head, but I can't really remember it.
It was caught by the adjustment when we done it. It was a really hard day.
Yeah. I think I've sort of blanked out my memory banks.
I think so. I've got a video somewhere.
Yeah, I know you are. I think you were asking me what I thought of it, and I was quite rude.
Nicely, yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was sort of not trained for that. Well, I was training, but I was training for something else.
what were you training for?
I was training for the Green Man,
Oh yeah, okay.
and I had to do all these races. Andre says, well, he didn't say you have to do them. He said, you think about it, and I just sign up, much to his disbelief. So, yeah, it was all a bit of a blur.
Yeah.
But
You were quite early on in your trail days, weren't you?
yeah, very, very early, so I wasn't really sure what I was doing.
Faking it until you make it. That's
Yeah.
what it is. So
And to a large extent, I'm still doing that.
I think that's the best way forward.
Yes. Need to be in that field?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I think we can turn left a bit further up.
Okay.
So
At this moment it comes to be a left then maybe.
yeah. Recently we were sent a pair of compression sport compression socks,
Yes.
weren't we? I tried them out at club, and our video for that is going to be on Instagram. Josh, you ran an ultra in them. Tell us a little bit about how it went.
Right, so just to let you know, I don't really get on with compression socks. And that is the main reason, because firstly I find it really difficult to get them on and difficult to get them off. But as they were sent to me, I thought I'd wear them on my ultra last weekend.
Yep.
Got them on, did actually manage to put a hole in the top.
Oh no.
But
Did you put your finger through it?
yes, I did. That aside, I ran 60 kilometres in them, and I thought they were absolutely brilliant. They definitely helped. I usually get,
On the day or after?
On
Do
the
you
day
feel
and
any
after.
benefit after?
so on the day I usually get a bit of cramping in my calves. That didn't happen at all. So I can only put it down to those socks. And also afterwards, I usually can't sleep the night of the race.
Right. Okay.
My legs are sort of
They're achy.
and sort of
You got restless legs.
yeah, but yeah, rest is that did not happen. So yeah, thumbs up from me. The only thing is, I had white ones. They're not white anymore.
Yeah. Not the best colour for trail running, is it?
But yeah, really liked them, and I was really pleasantly surprised. So,
Yeah. I'm a big user of compression socks. I'm wearing them today. I'm wearing a different brand today, and what I would say is compression sport are much better than the socks that I'm wearing today. The seams are better around the toes.
yes.
I
I had no blisters on my run.
No, because that can be a bit of a problem with any socks, is where you've got that like the seam around the toes can be quite hard it rides around a little bit.
And they got those lovely little dots, haven't they? Sort of around your toe,
Yep.
and your ankle,
Yeah.
for some extra support.
Yep.
Which I don't think I've seen. I mean, my experience is very limited to yours, but I don't think I've seen that on another sock.
No, it's actually quite unusual. I don't know what the feature is, what it's supposed to do, but it does appear that you've got like areas of graduated compression.
Yeah.
I think that's what they are. So
that makes
basically,
sense.
it means that there's different levels of squeeze, in different parts of your leg.
Perhaps that should be their new slogan.
Yeah.
Try our socks. Different levels of squeeze.
Yeah. So I think it was a thumbs up from us, wasn't it?
Absolutely. Thank you very much for sending those out.
Yep.
Really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you a compression sock wearer, Andre?
I used to have compression sleeves, not the sock.
Yep.
Yeah, but lately, I don't know, for some reason I stopped doing it.
Yeah, I go a bit like that. I think the hot weather sometimes puts me off
Yeah.
wearing it, but actually that's probably when you should be wearing them, because your electrolytes are probably slightly out of line because of the hot weather. It will help you guard against kind of cramp and things like that. So we're winding towards the end of our kind of podcast today.
Yes.
Andre, it's been a pleasure, and it's great getting lost in the countryside.
Eventful, yes again.
Yeah. We have Josh's standard question to ask.
What's your 3 bits of good advice for running, for trail running, or your eyes?
Get you a proper training plan.
Okay.
Nothing new on race day. Test everything that you want to use on a race. Test it beforehand.
Yep.
Very important. And the most important, enjoy yourself. And if you can, join a club or a social group to run with.
Yeah, I think that's really important, isn't it?
Definitely, yeah. I think that helps a lot to have that extra support around you,
Yeah, that makes the difference, doesn't it?
for sure.
Yeah, you need a group of like-minded, crazy people, right?
Definitely, yeah. Mentally disturbed, like I know always say.
Yeah.
Well, it gives some normality to the non-normality that you're experiencing.
Yeah, precisely, yeah.
Yeah, that's brilliant, Andre. Do you know what? It's been fantastic having you here today.
No, thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it's been really good.
Good, yeah, excellent. And thank you to listeners. We will be back soon with more shenanigans. I've been Martin.
I've been Josh.
And you have been listening to Stride by Stride.